Ever since my first year, I've been busy. I've been telling people in my class that I don't think the major is inclusive.
And I was always interested in starting a clinic for dark-skinned people to treat skin conditions for people with dark skin because you don't see that frequently at any other skin clinics. So I actually made a business plan and also a name, and I also searched for a location.
Yasmin and Mariska discuss their involvement in Partner Up within the Skin Therapy Study Program at The Hague University. They formed a pedagogical partnership with the lecturers in their study program to include all skin colors in the program's curriculum.
But for me, it was that I didn't see myself represented in the school material in the books. I did not see anyone with my skin type. In the project that we were doing in class, I did not see my skin types. And usually in class, when we learned about how to treat skin, um, we never learned how to treat people with my skin color. Usually it was just an afterthought, or you cannot use this treatment on people with darker skin. But we never learned how to treat it anyways. So I was just missing knowledge that I really wanted to obtain.
Yeah, for me it's actually quite the same as what you experienced. But yeah, I did not feel represented in the books, and with the classes when you practice on each other, I always heard that I cannot be treated. My skin is too dark, and they don't want to take risks for that, which actually resulted in me being so insecure in treating people. When I'm working, I used to do 2 internships, and during those internships, I did not. I was so scared when a darker patient came in, and he or she needed a treatment, and I never dared to treat them because I never learned how to treat them, and it's actually really sad because sometimes they had the same skin color as me or as Jasmine, and I couldn't help them.
The main issues for Yasmin and Mariska relates to a lack of representation in the images, in the PowerPoint slides, and the information and knowledge imparted from their textbooks, as well as the offensive language used in one of their key textbooks.
So the Bible is a book that we use to learn about skin conditions. And in that book, they use terminology that some students have expressed concern about. And so we talk to the teachers about it. What do you think about these terminology? Should we or should we not use them, and why should we or not? This is still an ongoing project, but hopefully it can result in making rules for everybody on what we should or should not use.
Yeah. Now we have to call the authors of the book and actually discuss about how we can change this, because it's actually considered concerned by some students here.
The Partner Up project allowed the students to form partnerships with teachers, raise awareness about the way teaching and materials led to exclusion, and eventually an implementation of a more inclusive approach.
Yeah, so first we formed partnerships with teachers who also wanted to change the education program to be more inclusive. And first we determined what was the problem and how can we fix it. And so after making plans, we came together to create plans for to teach other teachers. First, we wanted to let the entire education department know this is the problem and this is how you can fix it. And so we had particular days that we presented in front of the teachers and told them we are this team Skin Inclusive and this is our goal. And that way we created awareness amongst the teachers. And so the teachers took that and implemented it into their own teaching plans, Skin Inclusivity. At first, like I said, I did not see myself represented in the class materials, but eventually I did see pictures of people with darker skin on the PowerPoints, on the subjects we were handling that day in class, and I did see the teachers also mentioning people with darker skin more often. So I saw it firsthand with my own eyes how it changed over time.
In their text, Pedagogical Partnerships, a how-to guide for faculty, students, and academic developers in higher education, Alison Cook-Sather, Melanie Bhatti, and Anita Nintum state that pedagogical partnership can foster in students a sense of belonging, support faculty in generative reflection, and contribute to the evolution of an institution into a place where members of the community feel a meaningful connection.
Pedagogical partnerships bring together different perspectives. The perspectives typically of students and faculty, but it can also be the perspectives of staff and students together, or teams of people working together to explore, to analyze, to revise, to affirm, to imagine ways of teaching and learning through that dialogue that brings these different perspectives together.
Students also benefit from pedagogical partnerships by gaining confidence in and capacity to articulate their perspectives, by sharing power and responsibility with faculty, experiencing more agency and taking more leadership, feeling stronger connections to departments and institutions.
For me, it was difficult to feel feel the same with teachers because I always looked up to them and always saw them as beings that were above me. So at first I had trouble being myself working with teachers. I still felt like a student. I felt small, and subconsciously also made myself small in the meetings. So eventually I learned to just appreciate myself. Even though I might not have as much experience as the teachers, my opinion matters just as much as theirs do. That's what I realized. That was difficult to realize, but I did eventually.
Yeah, and for me, actually, quite the same as you experienced. For me, it was also very hard to collaborate with the teachers at the same level because they are the teachers. I have classes from them in the same week, and on the Tuesdays I work with them as an equal. And that was actually quite, new for me. But eventually I learned how to cooperate with the teachers at the same level, and the collaboration went actually very great after that. So that's actually something I learned from this project.
Yeah, and also when we were giving teachers the presentations about skin inclusivity, with some teachers we did feel like they didn't take us as seriously because we were students, but some other teachers were very enthusiastic about it. So you saw that different teachers had different views on how to treat students. That was also a difficult thing for us to maneuver through.
Yeah.